After a national tour, two of the hottest voices in comedy are bringing their alter egos to Broadway. Jamie Wax spoke with them about their longtime friendship and unique collaboration. He's here to tell us more. Good morning, Jamie.
Good morning, Dana. The show is called Oh Hello, and it's one of the most sought-after tickets on Broadway right now. I caught up with the creators and stars, Nick Kroll and John Mulaney, between rehearsals and found they're as funny off-camera as they are on stage and screen.
You know, I love coming to Why Were You Judge because you're a great guy.
Yeah, thank you.
And there's a few ladies to ogle.
Roll our eyes in.
That camaraderie between characters Gil Faizon and George St. Geeglin on screen.
We love the great traditions of the theater.
And now on stage applies to their creators, Nick Kroll and John Mulaney, in real life as well.
But I also think one of the things people really like about the show is that they really do genuinely feel like friends. And John has paid me a ton of money to say that we are indeed friends in real life.
I think it helps the marketing of the show, and I'm willing to pay him a small amount of money to keep that alive. We don't speak, though, obviously.
No.
Did you see anything of yourselves in these two men?
At first, it was like a character, but as we've grown into him, I think we've really grown into him. Someone made the observation that they really get to the heart of who we are as people.
Yeah.
In that Nick is a baby and I'm an
My baby. My chair, baby. He killed him. Woo!
Their play, which grew from early live sketches that became popular videos, tells the story of two older men, roommates on New York's Upper West Side.
Oh, hello. Well, John, I'm sure.
One is an actor,
The police? That's who you are.
and the other a writer.
Do you want to know why, Karen? Because I cannot afford Microsoft Word.
Both are very opinionated and painfully out of touch. How did Oh Hello begin? What's the origin?
One day we were walking through the Strand, which is a bookstore in New York, and we saw these two guys reading Alan Alda's autobiography, Never Have Your Dog Stuffed.
They were buying hardcover copies.
Yeah, and we sort of watched them fascinated. They leave the bookstore, we follow them to like a diner, and they're both sit there at a diner reading their individual copies, like, because these guys, they like share a Murphy bed, but they would not share their Alan Alda autobiography.
I'm George St. Geeglin. Oh, charmed, I'm sure. I'm Gil Faizon.
That was about 10 years ago.
And this is our prank show, Too Much Tuna.
Since then, Gil and George have become fan favorites on Comedy Central's sketch series, Kroll Show,
You're probably thinking that's too much tuna.
I'm not thinking anything, no.
where the duo's prank show parody, Too Much Tuna, was
You
born.
just heated at us for giving you this much tuna?
It's an international passport for these characters.
So, like,
everyone gets why it's funny.
Yeah,
it's very funny.
It's very wet.
It's a mess. It's never, you've never seen a tuna sandwich and gone, oh, that's well made.
Yeah, and you smell it, and
Yep.
you're like, oh boy. But then you're also like, yeah, I'll eat it.
I want that.
Want it or not, each night a special celebrity guest, anyone from Bobby Cannavale
Bing bong, sandwich time.
to Fred Savage, gets pranked with an oversized tuna sandwich.
I did not order this.
Fred, don't lie.
I think the most fun for us was Marcia Clark.
You're about to get the second biggest surprise of your life.
Yes, that Marcia Clark, the head prosecutor in the O.J. Simpson murder case.
We had Bill Hader on the show, and then we bumped him for Marcia Clark, who was so fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How would you describe this? I would say that's too much tuna.
When you see this show, it appears the two of you are throwing surprises at each other. Is that part of what's happening up there?
Yes, I think it was just we're doing the show every night, and we're so undisciplined, we have to mess with each other.
Throwing pistachio shells at 30 baby raccoons is not the same as being a dad.
We improvise within the show, and I'd say every night, John will throw a joke at me that I've never heard before, a new description, and it makes me laugh.
It's fine. We're good. It's a good time.
You're in that early phase?
That early phase, you know, when you're in love with a raccoon.
I know.
Mulaney has been making Kroll laugh from the day they met in college.
We both went to Georgetown, and I was the director of the improv group, and John auditioned. He was immediately the funniest audition, and we...
Thank you.
Yeah.
I've always wondered what you thought of me.
Your son is an idiot, but a sweet, hardworking idiot.
Since then, each of them have had their own
Except, of
TV
course,
shows and comedy
my family
specials.
name. Now, I'm serving the worst sentence of all, moving back in with my father.
But they say very little compares to performing these characters together on Broadway.
Oh, hello.
Almost nothing brings me as much joy as the idea that the thing that we always thought was the funniest, most fun thing to do has continued to grow.
It is not lost on us how much we do not deserve to be on Broadway. We truly are honored to be here.
Do you see in the future continuing to do these characters until maybe you don't need the age makeup anymore?
Well, that is the goal, is to keep doing these guys until it's just like no more makeup. We just get to just physically just show up on set.
I'd like to keep doing them till I don't get what's funny about it. Why are people laughing that I exercise by lifting cans of lentil soup? That's not funny, that's regular.
Yeah.
If you want to say, oh, hello to these characters in the flesh, the production opens on Broadway this Monday night.
I think I walk by these guys on the Upper West Side every day.
I'm telling you, these are the men we share dry cleaners with, Anthony.
They were in my old building, was what I said. Did you have to know them? I was asking you, like, the audience there. If you don't know the characters yet, you catch on quickly, right?
There's something so universal about this type of character, and they're out there doing so much weird stuff and enjoying themselves together so much that it's infectious. It's
We're
great.
all laughing.
Well, I'm very proud there are a couple of fellow Georgetown Hoyas.